Welcome back to ChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Videos today from Financial Coffee Channel. From homeowners to evicted, many modern women are losing their home because they can't afford it. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Do that, Chow. Showtime.
Whatever to do. Owning a home as a girl by yourself is so hard. And there was water everywhere, and I literally sat on the floor and cried. This shit is not easy. And doing it alone is so hard, but...
Did you just spill water, or was there some kind of sewage leak, or what?
I can't afford this house. I hate it. I don't like being a homeowner. I don't like it. I'm depressed. I'm depressed. I'm just...
Buying a house does not make you successful. Don't worry, I did it by myself at 30, and so I'm going to walk you through why I would never fucking do it again. Specifically in California or LA. And I mean,
being
I could somewhat agree with the California LA thing.
house rich and cash poor is a real thing. If you're a single woman, you shouldn't be buying a house. You buying a single family home, that's going to be a lot, and you're going to bring a whole lot of unnecessary.
That's the other thing too, right? These homes are literally called single family homes. If you don't plan on having a family, why the fuck do you have these homes?
Stress to yourself.
Get ready with me while I tell you why I regret buying a house. Now, just for some context, in case you weren't aware already, I essentially bought a house about a year ago. So it was a couple of years after I bought this flat that I now live in, which I don't regret at all. It is the house that I have more regrets for. The first reason is that it was just way too expensive for me to foot a bill like that, and I had no idea redundancy was going to hit me exactly a year later. Having said that though, even while working my corporate job, it was a very expensive bill to pay on top of all my expenses I already had. Another reason why I regret buying the house, the first year that you pay back your mortgage, you aren't even paying towards the property, you are just paying basically interest.
Yeah, no shit. That's how these long-term interest rates work, so they make sure they get their money before, you get any equity.
Alone. When you buy a house, the amount of money you put up front, I put all of my savings into that house. At the time, I literally emptied my account, so I had to start from zero.
Transparency post. I regret buying a house. I regret it a lot.
I bought a house when I was 26 and fell immediately into poverty. Okay, when I lived with my parents, I was living my best luxury lifestyle. I went to South Korea, bought a 2,000 plane ticket, didn't even blink twice. I went shopping.
See, to these women, this is why I don't feel any sympathy, and then the motherfuckers that on the comments below saying I'm evil or something for laughing at these women. Really? Look at their choices. They care more about vacationing and traveling than even paying their own bills. That's the problem I have with these women and why we make fun, and I think it's hilarious, and I have no sympathy.
Luxury goods, all that, was traveling, was just, I was living it up.
So you just spent all your money, had no savings because you didn't have bills, and then you bought a house thinking that you were still going to be able to do the exact same thing? Really?
Felt rich. I had no bills. And I had a full-time 9-to-5 job. I was working as a nurse. Okay? I was killing it. I bought my own house. That first mortgage payment came in and I was like, oh, this is a situation. But at first you think you can handle it, right? Like, what's a couple thou? What's a couple thou? I got it. But then the pipes in my 80-year-old home broke immediately as soon as I bought the house. Wiped out my savings. I'm struggling. Okay, I need help. And then my water heater broke. When I tell y'all, I went from living in the lap of luxury to destitute immediately. When I tell you I was struggling, I had to go to my parents every other day for dinner because, your girl.
It's so sad that you had to go to your parents for food. Asians do this on a consistent basis just because our parents like us eating their food. It's a normal thing. They make it seem like it's such poverty that you go eat with your parents and you visit them and they feed you. It's what they like to do. I don't see why you're so poverty stricken when you do that. Get humble.
Could not feed herself.
I just want to be done with this. I don't want to be a homeowner anymore ever again. Like, I'm not interested in it.
And it's funny because I get comments from you guys that are all homeowners. Most of you guys love it because you guys learned a lot. You guys learned how to fix the house. You guys get more things going. It's not the same for women.
Home ownership or buying a house is not for everybody.
Nope.
And it's not because you can afford it or not. It depends on your lifestyle, on how often you change jobs, how often you move, the city and or the state you live in. It depends on a lot of things. And if I was living in New York City, for example, and even if I had the money, I would never buy a home there. Never. It just doesn't make sense to buy a home in New York City. I tell you what though, sometimes it makes more sense to rent than to buy a home. It really depends on your own personal circumstances.
Like even me, I'm getting a new place I'm renting, right? I actually want to buy a home, but I don't want to buy a home in California. I want to buy it in like New Mexico or somewhere that it's going to be cheaper, that I can rent for a good amount of money, that I can actually make profit of. It's very hard to do that here in California at current home prices.
And there is no set formula that works for everybody.
Yesterday was my 3-year anniversary of becoming a home borrower. I borrowed this house from the bank 3 years ago, and I hate it. And some people are asking me why. Why do you hate it? Because I can't afford it. I can't afford this house. When I signed up for this house, I signed up to pay $1,800 a month.
That's not bad.
I'm closer to $2,200 now in 3 years.
See, there's a $400 difference, right? From $1,800 to $2,200 in 3 years. I don't understand why people did not have a leeway of things to be able to cover certain things like this. I don't get why she thought it was going to just, all your bills are going to stay exactly the same all the time. It never does. Shit blows up. Car blows up. Radiators blow up. I don't fucking know. Everything blows up nowadays. You got to fix that shit.
That's a lot of money. And it's only going to continue to increase. And that's kind of my issue with this right now. Because I'm at a point where I'm like, this is actually no different than renting. The only difference is that I don't have a landlord that I can call when my toilet overflows. Or, you know, when the basement floods or whatever the happens. I don't have that option. And I can't afford this house. I hate it. I don't like being a homeowner. I don't like it. And like I said, this shit isn't mine. Whether I'm renting or borrowing or owning, this it's not mine. It's not ours. Like, it can be taken away regardless.
And I'm proud of some of you men. You paid off your homes. You've done all these. That's wonderful. There's very few men or even people in your boat, people. This is why I'm proud of you guys. Just let you guys know. You have your home. You've paid it off. You live a good life. Good on you guys.
I'm depressed. I'm depressed. I'm just waiting. I'm stuck. I feel stuck. I'm depressed. I feel stuck. I feel lost. I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
I regret buying.
Fuck your happiness. It took me years to become happy again. Years. I just put my head down and grinded my ass off. Fuck the happiness. The future matters. Work on it.
Buying this house. That's what I've been thinking every single day for like the past 2 months. It has been hell, and I lost control, and I was just able to gain back control. There's nothing that sucks more than working so hard to achieve a goal like this, and to not even feel at home in my own house is absolutely heartbreaking. Like, I worked so hard for this house, and I've been homeless before, and I should be grateful, and I am. But with everything going on, it's kind of hard to. But
the mortgage that you pay is only one of the many expenses that comes along with owning a home.
Yes.
The other big monthly other expenses that you have are homeowner insurance and property taxes. And most of the time, homeowner insurance and property taxes go up over time. And sometimes they actually go up every single year. Now, let me ask you a question, okay? Let's say that you are a proud homeowner, okay? Do you want to know who really owns your home? It's very simple to find out.
The city, because you pay the property taxes to the city.
Stop paying your mortgage and your property taxes And you will find out really fast who truly owns your home.
True.
I've been waiting to complain about this.
But I feel like that's like almost every country nowadays. I think, and maybe in Cambodia, there isn't property tax in Cambodia in like the provinces, but I believe there is in the major city, Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. So almost every country wants a piece of your fucking land and house that you built on, even though you bought it fair and square.
So I bought my house in July of 2019. Winter started in Maryland in about October, November. It got really super cold. From October to November, December, January.
She should have made money off this house if you bought it in 2019. This is before the pandemic. Interest rates were pretty low. House prices were pretty decent. She should have made money.
My electric bill was $700 per month. And we couldn't figure out why our shit is expensive. So we were like, oh. So randomly we had somebody come by. They examined our roof. They said, oh, you need a new roof. When the roof inspector told us we have black and white mold growing with the just shingles or whatever, they were curly. So within 6 months and $700 per month of electric bill, we came out of pocket $25,000 because not only did we have to repair or replace our roof, we had to replace our windows too. $25,000.
Yeah, okay, I get that because your house was outdated and it wasn't holding in the heat and stuff. This is why renting is so awesome. I look for houses that have these things already been modified and then I don't have to worry about it.
$1,000. Between 2019 and 2023, we spent over $100,000 with both cash and loans for a $400,000 house.
I mean, $400,000 at that time, I would assume it's about $600,000, maybe a little bit more now. You should have gotten some good equity out of this.
Don't buy a house. This is for the birds. I would never do it again, ever in my life.
This is the shitty thing, right? Even though you get equity, you've been paying the house rented in price, you don't get it. You don't receive it. It's not like just money in your pocket. It's just money in the property. You don't get it unless you sell it. Most people aren't selling their houses right away. So if you plan on living in your house for 30 plus years, does it really matter if it appreciated so quickly? Because you're not selling it.
I bought a house. Here are 3 things that I don't like about owning my home. Number 1 is maintenance on stupid stuff. One of those is cleaning out my garage. Today I spent my entire Sunday vacuuming up the garage, taking everything out, dusting off the
That's weird that you're vacuuming the walls like that. But...
cobwebs. Mice and insects are another thing that I don't like about owning a home. If something breaks, it's my fault. In April of this year, our dishwasher broke. It ended up costing us like $350. $350 is a lot of money that it could have set us back if we weren't prepared.
Okay, so I feel like nobody talks about the realities of home ownership because I feel like the people who promote it are all real estate agents. Yeah. And I feel like the real estate economy has really glamorized home ownership without talking about the negatives. But I'm saying nobody talks about the expenses, the stress, the effects on your mental health from owning a home. When your home, the place you live in, the place you seek comfort and shelter is broken and doesn't work, it's truly damaging on your mental health. And insurance companies, they will not do. You get a $2 million home and you still need to fix it up significantly because in those areas, that's what it's going for. So yeah, I feel you, girl. And honestly, it's so over glamorized and nobody talks about the hardships of owning a home.
Now, when something breaks in your home, either you fix it yourself or you pay someone else to fix it. If your washing machine or your AC unit or your water heater breaks, get ready to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to either fix it or to replace it. The roof has to be changed every 20 years. And on average, and I'm only speaking on average, that means it can be more or less. You will spend around $25,000 just to replace your roof.
Yep.
And those
my friend's house right now, my best friend, they're actually replacing their roof. They're getting a quote for about $25,000, but it's a 30-year warranty on the roof. So not bad.
$5,000 are out of pocket because homeowner insurance does not cover that. And to be honest, that's why renting is not always bad. Because when you are renting and something breaks, all you have to do is call your landlord and that problem will be taken care of.
Like, I'm getting a new place. I think my landlord's going to be pretty awesome. He seems like a nice guy. They're Egyptians. They're all engineers. They all make great money. And I think people that make great money, they usually tend to repair things right away because they don't want to deal with the damage to their home. So
if I could go back to January 2022, I would tell that girl, do not. Just find another apartment to move into, because doing all this shit that I have to do for this house and all the unexpected costs, high dollar unexpected costs that I keep running into, to be handling it by myself.
this is where I think for women, it'd probably be best for them to buy newly constructed houses. There's a lot of newly constructed neighborhoods and stuff in California, somewhat. But yeah, if they bought those houses, they wouldn't have those extra expenses, but your insurance and like you actually have to pay an extra fee for them to keep developing all the houses around you too. So you're still paying.
So to all you young women who want to go out and buy a home, I encourage you to really, really think about it. Talk to some people.
I bossed babe too
and
hard.
really see the ins and outs. I mean, it always sounds good. Oh yeah, your mortgage is only going to be $1,000. Until they reevaluate your property taxes, and then it goes up $200. You know,
that's not that bad.
It's
$1,200.
trash.
Oh, 220.
85 degrees.
1200.
Your AC is gonna go out. You don't want to know how much that costs.
15,000.
I'm selling my home after being a homeowner for only 1 year, and here's why. Saying I'm a homeowner is a lot better than actually being a homeowner.
You're not a homeowner, girl. You're just a home user and a borrower in a sense.
There's a lot of work that goes into maintaining a home that I'm just not willing to do, to be honest. When something goes wrong in your house, you are responsible for fixing said problem.
They all seem to say this. This is the exact thing that when shit breaks out, I have to fix it. What the fuck did you think it was? Like, how did you not know this? Like, come on, ladies. That's so basic to know about home ownership that you're going to have to make your own repairs and do your own shit.
When you live in an apartment or when you have a landlord, they have to handle maintenance. You can pick up the phone, hello, maintenance, help me. When you have your own home, you can have a warranty, but there's oftentimes a deductible associated with that warranty. It's just it's a headache. It's a true headache. So long story short, another huge thing is your mortgage changes. Like, obviously I factored this in before I purchased my home, but now it's getting to the point that my mortgage is going up because of taxes, but it's like how your rent goes up and you don't see any changes, right? My mortgage is going up and I'm not seeing any changes. I'm over it. And my advice to anyone who is like wanting to be a homeowner or feeling bad that you're not a homeowner, take your time. Take your time. Enjoy those amenities at those apartments.
Now, I'm about to say something that is not very popular. You never really own your home. How? Let me tell you how. It doesn't matter if you buy your house for cash.
Yep.
And even after you pay your mortgage off, you truly never are the real owner. Yes, the deed and the title say that you own the house. And that is technically correct. You're right on that. But when you buy a house, you sign what is called a deed of trust. That piece of paper, the deed of trust, gives the right to the lender or to the bank the right to foreclose on your house if you don't pay your mortgage on time. So yes, you quote unquote own your house. But the bank can take it away from you if you don't pay your mortgage. Now, if you pay for the house in cash, or after you pay your mortgage off, you will still have to pay property taxes. And that is forever. It never ends. Yes, I agree. There are cases where some people don't have to pay property taxes. But the vast majority of the time, we all have to pay property taxes. And that never stops. So now let's be real, okay? If the bank can take away your house if you don't pay your mortgage on time, or if the county or the city can take it away from you if you don't pay your property taxes, do you really own your home? Let that sink in for a moment.
Let's talk more about my house. So I've gotten all the comments like, girl, that don't make sense. It don't make sense. Taxes increased. Therefore, the escrow amount needed in my account increased, therefore my mortgage went up. It is what it is. I've looked at the numbers and it's mainly taxes and interest, and a very small portion of that money go towards my actual principal. I'm just saying it's not all roses, right? It's something that you need to be aware of, especially if you're doing it by yourself as a single person.
It was very clear to me that she is living my worst nightmare. Underlying theme here of why things have gone so terribly wrong for this lady, and I truly do feel for her, but it really comes down to the fact that she bought a home that was too expensive for her. Ultimately, it just did not make sense for her, and she feels now a ton of buyer's remorse because she's like, my mortgage is too expensive and I need to get out of this. Like, it was like, this is crazy what I'm paying for my mortgage, in addition to just all the expenses that come with being a homeowner. Being a homeowner costs money. Your home requires maintenance that isn't factored into your mortgage payment. So when you're looking at the expense of buying a home, yes, you have your monthly mortgage payment, which is like principal, interest to your mortgage lender, but then also property taxes and homeowner's insurance, or additional expenses to owning a home, like doing routine landscaping or replacing air filters or cleaning your carpets routinely. Things like that add up over time. Unfortunately, this lady just doesn't have that many options, and all the options that she has, they honestly suck. Like, they're really terrible. It's an impossible decision of picking which option is the least terrible. But be aware that buying a home, which is buying real estate, it comes with risk.
Yeah, home ownership isn't what it used to be. Back in the day, it was the end-all be-all, but now I don't think it's a very viable option for many people. Just at least if you want to live in certain states, or if you do live in another state that homes are a little bit cheaper, your salary might not meet those requirements there. It's a fucking smorgasbord of fucking BlackRock buying up all the houses. Please like, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time.